Alright, so you guys have been wondering where this thing has been since the previous owner unfortunately passed away. So we're going to be going through this thing. We're going to be getting, you know, a bunch of things. We're just going to get this thing done, completed, make it right. We are going to be doing head studs on it. We're going to be doing just a bunch of stuff to it, cleaning some of this stuff up. And I got to change the coolant sensor out and redo a couple of things, but it also needs an ignition switch too. But we're going to get the AC working. We have the other fender flare that's going to be thrown on. I'm not sure if we're going to throw the old black one on, because that one's kind of destroyed, or if we're going to do the white one. I know he's going to replace them eventually, but we do need to get this thing cleaned out. So with that being said, that rear, that's coming off. That's not supposed to be coming off like that. I think, yeah, that's not good. That means that one's broken. So, yeah, so between that, I forgot I had dry rotted tires. We do have a whole list of things to do to this truck. So we're going to be bringing this thing in the shop tomorrow, and then into Thursday. Thursday we'll have, by the end of the day, all the parts that we need to order. We'll start ordering those parts, and then next week we'll be able to start finishing this thing up. Like, he wants an aux tank. We're going to do a 5-inch exhaust. Maybe do the timing. I'm not sure yet. I know it has a 100 plate in it, so I'll see what he wants to do with that. Ultimately, just get this thing going, because one, I'm tired of looking at it, but two, you guys want to know what's going on with it. And I do apologize to the guys that were really interested in this thing and then it kind of just disappeared, and that's mainly because of the previous owner's passing. You know, probably a couple weeks he'll be come picking up this thing. We have a turbo for it that should be in the PO box here in a couple days, so we're going to see if this thing fires. So no jump pack, no bullshit. We're just gonna see if we can get this thing fired, and then I need to take it. I think I dropped the key. I need to take it over to my truck so that I can take all of the junk and just throw it in the back of my truck. Because once we get his truck running, then we'll go and work on mine. That's why I'm not working on mine yet. It's not in a big hurry. I also unplugged the grid heater so we don't kill batteries and shit, because that's obnoxious, but it needs an ignition switch, so I do have to come over here, unfortunately, and turn the fuel pump on. So we have turned the fuel pump on. Make sure that the shut-off lever is all the way, wait, yeah, so that's off, that's on. Cool, so it's on, so now we crank. And I gotta set you guys somewhere, because I think it does need a little bit of throttle to start, but it's running on straight waste oil. And also the new owner is going to be running it like that. Look at that, first fire. Look at that. Fires right up. Waste oil. Now it is kind of chugging its own oil a little bit, so we're gonna go get it moved real quick. I'm gonna go take it over to my truck, but it makes no power because of that turbo. So before we run this thing out of fuel, because it's at 1/8 the tank, I'm gonna take it over to my truck real quick. Yes, it runs great. It just, like I said, has no power because the turbo's shot. How well does the fuel shut off work? Shuts her right off. So I'm gonna go turn off the fuel pump. Shut the fuel pump off. And the reason that fuel pump doesn't turn on without me doing this is because of the ignition switch. So we'll get that taken care of. I just want to get him a list of things that we need to do. All right, real quick, guys, I'm gonna get a video posted for you. I'm gonna start this off, right? So I came here to the shop, picking up parts and stuff. So I got certain things painted. This is now black. The filter's blue. This guy here, all this stuff's blue. The starter, this starter's still all right. So I'm gonna slap it in just in the meantime until I can figure out either where my receipt is or just get my guy to rebuild it and not ever deal with Napa anymore. This alternator, I don't know yet. I'm trying to find the factory 12 valve harness. There's a little box that goes here with 2 wires coming out. I'm trying to find that, and then it grounds it. And then here's the positive on this. I might get this replaced. And then we got these lines here. We are going to throw those back on, so they will be blue. I scheduled the black truck, Anthony's truck that he bought, and unfortunately in doing so, what ended up happening was, it's like I got it, it's ready to come in, but now we're at the point, okay, hey, we do need to order the parts. So bad management on my part, so I should be working on something else. So I did not schedule anything for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and here we are on Thursday. You know, I went through yesterday, cleaned his truck out, got everything taken care of there, made a list of parts that were ready to order, but when we order the parts, they won't be here till like probably late next week. In the meantime, while my truck's down, shop is open. If you guys need anything worked on, just let me know, and we can bring it in or get it scheduled. Links down in the description. But like I said, guys, you can see I pulled everything apart. We are going to reuse the thermostat. I went and got a thermostat gasket. I like this thermostat, and I can't remember who made it, so I'm just going to reuse that. And the rest of the stuff, which I won't be able to touch till Monday because once he closes the shop down today, we have a spare AC compressor. This one is definitely unusable. And then the P-pump, I need to do the fuel shutoff on, which guys said that if it wasn't leaking from this side, I could have just grabbed onto this connector here and used this for the fuel shutoff because mine's mechanical anyway, but I don't want to do that. And then the injectors, valve covers, and damn, I should have painted those today, but I did not get around to it. And then the vacuum pump. If you guys have a solution for the vacuum pump that is reliable and gets rid of the vacuum pump, or like, what should I do about this, guys? What do you want to see? Because I found the block off plate where it bolts onto here and here and just eliminates this, and then just bolts this right to this. But they wanted like $450 for that part. So I don't exactly want to pay $450 to delete that. At that point, I could just go buy a new one of these for like 200 bucks and be done with it. But I don't want the vacuum pump. This needs to go, the piece in the center. So we only need the power steering side. And when these fail, they introduce blow-by into the engine. Here's the feed. And so the P-pump's the main thing. Getting oil, that is a big... You guys see that? Look at that guy. Yeah, they generally chill outside, but you're not supposed to be in the shop there. Oh well. When they sting, I don't know. I might have to fight him in a second. Surprised I didn't kill him. I sprayed him with brake clean over there, and now he ended up there, so maybe he dies, who knows. So I'm unsure as to where I left off, but you guys get the point here. Bed's pretty cleaned out, you know, minus the 2 fender flares in that part. And then the wheel liners are in the back. I'll throw them in the bed next. The deal with this, right? So he can only send me a certain amount of money up front. So today all the money cleared. He was able, you know, to get the first set over. We're using Zelle, so that's kind of, there's no fees. I don't have to charge him any percentages and shit. So he sent me the first amount to get most of the other bill covered, and then tomorrow we'll get the rest, and then some parts money so we can start ordering things. Now, we've created an entire parts list for things that this is going to need, and we are going to service the rear differential because, you know, might as well. We're already here. Everything else has been serviced. So between turbo, downpipe, I got to go check the P.O. box to see if the turbo came in. We got a new full exhaust for it, which is going to be pretty sweet, but why haven't I been working on this thing? You guys have been, I don't know. Everybody's been asking me what's up with the black truck, what's going on. So the plan was to put him first, but since I scheduled him for this week and then realized, hey, we got to actually order the parts, so we can't work on it till next week. That's kind of the deal with that. Now, I was able to sit down this morning, go through, figure out where I can order every one of the parts that we need. We got to get that coolant temp sensor. I've also updated the 12-valve swap checklist because for some reason, you know what? Okay, it is in there. You can see my coolant temp sensor, and then you come over here to this truck, which hopefully the hood is popped because I don't feel like going back in there. But you guys will see the connector is different. This is an 04 and 05, you know, coolant sensor. So I got to pull all that out. We found the adapter. Instead of the 04 is an M14 by 1.5, whereas the 03 is a M12 by 1.5. So I got that ordered with the adapter. So all that'll be well. I got the oil filter on yesterday. I do need to go dump some oil in this engine. The P-pump's going to be the main thing. The P-pump and the vacuum pump are going to be the 2 big things that I need to figure out. We shall see how that works. But everything else, besides getting this bolt out for the turbo, we can bolt the turbo back up. We have the drain is connected, so that's good. We have a turbo drain. We have the turbo feed all plugged in, the downpipe. I haven't changed anything there other than just need to bolt the stuff in. I have, you know, I'm waiting tomorrow. Tomorrow the gasket will be in for the thermostat. So that'll be in tomorrow. But in the meantime, I also went and got these. So these will be for we're gonna get rid of those long lines, and we are gonna run the factory lines. I know I didn't like them at first, but honestly, these things are expensive to replace. And yeah, so I just went, got those. That's all nice and painted up. Now, they're not perfect, you know. Look at that. I missed a spot because I'm an idiot, but, well, that spot sits on the up too. I don't know how I missed that, but whatever. We have thermostat housing. That's right there. This is the thermostat I'm going to use. Like I said, I am going to be reusing the thermostat because it is not a factory thermostat. So we have that. Crank sensor bracket. Yes, it is a little dirty right now. And then we have this guy. I got that all painted up with the oil filter, or the fuel, well, I guess in this case, a blank. We got the lines, which I'm not going to paint any lines. I am going to leave those silver. Any particular reason? No, but I am going to do it. Also, I went and got a new nub, so that's for the backside. The drill bits. It did start raining a little bit here, so what else do we have? I think that's everything in the front. Now I got to open up the back. Aha! Here's the other half of the thermostat housing. And then this also bolts to the thermostat housing. Okay. And then a bunch of bolts, bunch of miscellaneous bolts that I don't remember what they were for. Some of this stuff I'm gonna get mounted on today, but like I was saying, guys, if you have stuff that you want to bring in, if you need head studs, turbos, you know, injectors, you name it, you can bring it over. Any work, we will warranty it for, you know, the time being, depending on the situation and what the truck's used for. Other than that, parts, if you guys bring me the parts, I don't warranty that, but I will warranty the work itself if there is an issue. Now, if you do need injectors, you need turbos, stuff like that, there are stuff that I can get at certain prices. And our turbos for the HE 351 VE, I believe, I can get them with a 1-year unlimited mileage warranty. And then the VG 350, no, I can't remember, HE 351 or 300 VG, we can also get them. They're a little bit more pricey, but you guys get the point. So I'm gonna start slapping some of this stuff back together just for shits and giggles, and then I need to start putting oil in it, which I can't do without the one valve cover. That's damn, yeah, I can't remember. I gotta do that, but I'd like to get most of the stuff buttoned up. We'll do the starter at some point. I need to go get a third starter bolt because I lost another one of them, just because that's just my luck. But yeah, so let's start tearing into this and giving her hell. All right, I didn't do much, but I did get some of the parts kind of bolted on. So I got the lines. I remember now why I got rid of them in the first place, because that's going to have to travel a good bit, but I have the hose for that, so I'm not worried about it. I just need to get the clamps that hold it together. Waiting on the gasket, like I said, for this. It's just the O-ring, then we're going to RTV the rest of it. AC compressor, and that's all on back there. Everything is all good. And then, oh yeah, I got to get this guy bolted on as well, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll wait on that. Lost one of the O-rings for one of the fittings, so I'm just going to go get new O-rings for that. I guess, I don't know, you guys can see it's like all kind of together, so. And then I also knocked one of the bolts down inside of there, so I got a magnet to get that out at some point, but I'm just going to let it sit like that. We're done with this thing for the day. I'm not doing very much to it. Here's the intercooler and radiator, and I saw one of those bracket things. I threw it in there. I should have saved it, but now I'm going to have to find it. Alternator wire. Maybe I'll be able to reuse that too, but I threw it in here with this, so it can't be too far. That'll call it. Like I was saying, so the whole point of the business and everything, CP Logistics is all up. EIN number's good. I didn't open the business bank account yet, but the DOT number's done. the everything but the MC number, which I'm not going to do right away. We will do something different for the shop work and anything mechanic, so we'll try to keep those two separate. And basically the whole point is, you know, just taking care of the family and also being able to give back to you guys. So our labor rate for the shop is $95 an hour on diesel stuff, and then he does stuff for like any cars at $75 an hour. So if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, like I said, diesel stuff, $95 an hour. It's a lot cheaper than half these other guys. And I do stand behind my work. I have never had a single customer, well, I've had one customer that's had a problem in the years of doing this, and I did my best to be able to resolve the issue. We're not going to get into details and everything, but yeah, I did do everything I could to resolve the issue. Even drove, I think, all the way out to Kentucky to try and resolve the issue, and never got paid for it. Just went out, tried to do what I could for the situation and take care of the guy. It sucks, but that was the only real issue I've ever had. And it was something so stupid too. It was like something so minor. But like I said, I stand by my work. If something happens and, you know, I have to drive cross country because of something I broke, it's something we stand behind, or if we have to pay somebody else because it's too far. So hope you guys enjoy. I guess, yeah, just a short little video. I might go back to the shop. I'm gonna go home quick and grab something to eat, and then I'll call it. Something huge to mention as well. Sorry, I just got the helmet on, so it might be a little muffled. But there was a lot of things that I used to do specifically just for the videos, and now that I'm not doing YouTube full-time like I was, and I'm really only posting like maybe 4 videos a month, things like I said I was gonna paint this, like stuff like that was mainly for the videos to get it nice. Yes, I'm still gonna go ahead and do it, but I'm not gonna rush it like I did before. It's still coming. We're working on, he keeps telling me to buy the paint, and then he'll do it for me. With times of uncertainty like we have now, it's hard to justify it when the return is just not there like it used to be. I get it. You're going to get the guys that'll say, oh, that's just an excuse, this and that. But at the end of the day, those aren't the people that are paying the bills at the same time as well. I just got to keep working and keep moving and doing what's best for my family and the 3 kids. So just understand that. I'm not rushing to get stuff done. I still want to do the stack. I still want to get this thing painted. I still want to get wheels. I do need to get tires here soon for it. It's like, it's all just stuff. I'm not in any hurry. I am getting the windshield tinted at some point. It's stuff that's not in a hurry. I bought some cheap stuff for this. Like, I think maybe I threw like $75 at this thing. So, and then I got the stand, chain cleaner and all that stuff just to maintenance it. But that thing's saving me so much money a week on gas. I could, like, driving the Honda around would cost $60 a week. This costs $7. So, and the insurance is way cheaper. Everything's cheaper about that. So that's why I'm running that with a backpack. But like this thing here, between all the parts issues lately, it's like, this thing can sit on the back burner while we focus on shop stuff. This is going to be a good job for the shop, and it'll maybe get the ad revenue up. But I think YouTube at this point, I'm averaging like $600 a month off of YouTube out of like 4 videos a month. So it's not really the greatest return in the world, but it's that extra money once a month. Whereas before, I think last year, I think I made a $4,000 check the 1 month, which was great. But now it's just, now that I'm not doing it full time, just understand that, guys. If you don't want to be patient, I get it, but you're just gonna have to be, or I mean, there's other channels doing cooler builds too and whatnot. So it's just, like I said, we're just focused on the family, trying to get all of, basically just making sure I can keep paying the bills. When you have 3 kids, the grocery bill's like fucking $300 a week, so you gotta mind that too. We're not struggling, but at the same time, it would be nice to be able to give back to some people, get some more work in the shop, and hopefully move away from transport again. But you know, obviously I'm gonna have to keep doing it because that's the best money maker that I have. Stuff like this comes in every now and again, and it is awesome when it does, because this stuff is cool. But then it's like we go back out on the road and it's like, man, I don't know. I like working in the shop. It's just me. So I'm gonna get out of here. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to some of the bike stuff too, because I got a lot of guys complaining that, you know, I did 1 bike video out of a bunch. I mean, there was a couple. It wasn't like anything major. The views are down a little bit, this and that. But people also got to realize I've wanted this specific bike since I was like 12. And I get it, this one wasn't made yet when I was, no, maybe it was, I don't know, 13, I don't know. This is like 15 years ago, so yeah, maybe not. But like, I've always loved the Ninjas, and I finally had a chance to get one. And the fact that fuel prices are just astronomical right now, it just made sense ultimately for me to go and buy one. So I've been loving it so far. I get the guys don't, oh, it's only a 300, yes, but it's like, I could go get a 650, and now I'm gonna cut my mileage down a lot. Whereas like if I were to just drive like I normally would, I could spend a tank of fuel is 3.5 gallons. I could easily make that last like a week, and that would cost me $8, $9, $10 a week for fuel. Whereas like if I go get something else, it's like, yeah, it's only a couple bucks more, but I like seeing that every time I do my mileage, it's in between. I think the lowest I got was 65 and the highest I got was 75. So we're gonna try this GoPro thing out. I'm gonna try cruising and we'll see how the sound quality is. Probably not the greatest, but I did get a mic and we'll see just how everything comes out. Hopefully my mic is plugged in. But yeah, I love this thing. Muffler should be here today for it, so I'll add that on so you guys can tell. This thing's super loud, it's obnoxious. I don't like how loud it is, so that's why I ultimately went and ordered the muffler. But little things, this will get painted first because this I can pretty much paint for almost nothing. And it's a white bike, so like this, I just cleaned this the other day and now it's like the white's getting dirty. So like I was saying, let's get cruising. I'm gonna actually swap the battery out on the GoPro because I feel like it's gonna die and I just put a new one in it. So, but yeah, so 2013 Kawasaki Ninja. I like this so much more than I like that. And actually when I bought this, I was like, man, I should probably just get rid of the truck and just stay in the shop and stuff like that. But I don't know, I do definitely like the bike more. I'm gonna run this for like, I don't know, I've already put like 1,100 miles on it in the last 2 weeks, but I'm gonna run this probably for about 10,000 miles. And we'll see how many years that takes, but I definitely want to get a ZX14 at some point because I love the Ninja line, but I don't know, ultimately, like, I am definitely enjoying the bike life. I've got all the tools, been able to do the chain alignment back here, get all this stuff adjusted. I've done my oil change, I've done all my mods to it. You know, the front turn signals, we're waiting on the back stuff. I haven't even ordered this stuff for the back. Just running it without turn signals right now, but it will need inspected, so we are going to get tires here soon. But like I said, the money that this is saving, this is so much cheaper, and even though the views don't get it on this, like, this is just saving money as opposed to that, plus driving around and shit. I can pretty much just go and drive. So as I was saying, got the new battery and everything, so I'm gonna try to do something, you know, go home and just see how everything works out. We'll start coming back to this probably, if not later today, then I'll probably just come back to it on Monday. But we're gonna get parts ordered for this tonight, and maybe I'll go over some of the list of things that need to go over. If not a big deal, but I do want to get out there and ride. You know, it's funny, I was working on that and it was hot out here, and then all of a sudden I'm going to get back on the bike and it gets dark and it's like ready to rain, whereas earlier it was a little bit raining when I was driving. So hopefully that muffler came in, and hopefully the sound quality is pretty good when I get on here, because this was a microphone that someone on YouTube recommended. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm enjoying life and just kind of doing what I want. This has been a dream of mine since I was like 12. So it's basically a sporty moped, let's put it that way. And we're up to 8,119 miles. I bought it at 6,980, so that means I've put just about 1,100 miles. Fires right up, sounds like ass, but like I said, that tip should be here today. Let's get cruising. Also, stones are pretty sketchy. I hate running on the stone, especially in first. It's a little herky-jerky. 1,100 miles in 2 weeks. See how many we can get up in 3. so I figured I could use this section here because the audio is absolute trash, and we're working on getting a better microphone and better stuff like that. So what I was trying to get to when I was through town was I was trying to see what would make sense. Now, I made the crypto channel. That's, you know, you're going to get a video every couple months in that. If that, it's not a serious channel. It was just to keep people updated. That was the main goal of that channel. Now, the bike stuff we're going to start getting into more seriously just because, I mean, I absolutely love it at this point, and I'm just having a good time. It doesn't really matter. I don't know what I should do with that, if I should make another channel for that, or I should just throw that stuff over here as well. This is more of like a My Life channel, but the crypto stuff definitely does hurt the analytics. Now, I'm wondering if the bike stuff would do that. I know some things get pretty good views, but at the end of the day, for the little bit of money that I make on YouTube anymore, I don't want to, like, hurt that any more than it already has. Because like I said, if I'm only posting 4 videos, 5 videos a month, it's like there's, you know, the check last month I think was like $604, something like that. So whereas if I keep posting the mechanic and the other stuff, or like, you know, the hotshot stuff, the analytics will stay exactly where they're at. It just kind of like floats there around that $600 mark. If I started daily posting again, you know, I could probably get it back up to $2 or $3 grand a month, but I don't want to do that because uploading and posting every day is a lot of work and you kind of get less quality out of it. Now, my point with this being is we're working on getting that goes over the mic. That's the main problem I'm having is wind noise, and we did just get the muffler on today. So we got some parts ordered for the bike as well. It's all super cheap stuff. So it's like, it's doing the videos on that. If I can get paid and monetized for the bike videos, it's pretty cheap and it does pay for itself. And I do get a video out of it and whatnot, and I get to bring you guys content. And I understand there are some guys who watch my stuff who are into the crypto stuff and are into the bike stuff. But in this case, the bike stuff's a little bit more interesting than crypto. Crypto is just like investing and financing, and not many people care about that. I get that. Bike stuff, a little bit more fun. So let me know what you guys think. Give some feedback down in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go check out Mudflap, link in the description. Let me know if any of you guys do moto vlogs or any of that. Let me know what you guys are using to see, kind of get the quality good. But we'll see how the phone mic does with the GoPro. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a good one.